Okay, let's start, Joe. One of the big games. So many great games this weekend. Unreal weekend of football. It is, of course, Arsenal versus Man City. One of the Super Sunday games. It is the fixture that separates two of our guests.
Yeah.
So we thought classic combined 11 time.
Yeah, let's keep it simple. Obviously, you guys can pick anybody in the squads based on ability, based on who you want to see in this 11. We'll go through position by position. We've got a casting judge in the building. So Cams gets the selection.
I don't like either of their clubs, so...
You're the referee.
Yeah, you're fair. You're neutral today. We'll go through position by position, then goalkeeper first. Alex, David Raya, obviously tapping. Gianluigi Donarumma. Luke, put your
starters off. He's going to be crowned best goalkeeper in the world very soon. Not single-handedly, but a big part of PSG's Champions League win. City have signed him, and obviously all City fans love Ederson. Did a great job for us over the 8 seasons, 6 league titles. But Donnarumma's come in. Big statement performance against United. Yeah. Arsenal fans know very well. I mean, that save against Odegaard, many saves in that Champions League tie against Arsenal. It's got to be this big Italian that was shopping for pasta yesterday.
Is that part of your thinking, that save against Odegaard?
Get back against him. Look, 42 Premier League clean sheets in 100 games. Next closest is Jordan Pickford with 29.
Okay.
Premier League. We're talking Premier League. Who's done it in the Premier League? And we're making a Premier League combined 11. David Raya has proved himself.
But is that a bit unfair because Donnarumma's only just joined the Premier League?
Also,
and if we're doing it in a year, maybe we could talk about Donnarumma.
But Ederson won, I'm pretty sure, 3 back-to-back Golden Gloves, and you wouldn't say shot stopping was his best attribute. So clean sheets, is that a sign the defence is good or the goalkeeper? And this guy's going to win goalkeeper of the year. So I think that's my goalkeeper.
It's not just that. I mean, it's been proven in the Premier League. Look, David Raya, I think for me is in the top 5 goalkeepers in the world.
And this is number 1. So.
We're talking a Premier League combined 11. I think David Raya has proved it in the Premier League. He's cross-claiming in terms of with his feet. He's consistent. He deals with his box, mate. He's top.
They're not going to agree on this, Cams. It's over to you to make the casting vote, mate.
Do you know what? I was thinking about this on the way in, and this is a really close one, but I got to go with Donnarumma. I think he's just a bit more proven at the highest level. I mean, he's proven, I think, a little bit more at the highest level, so... I got
how many games have you played in the Premier League?
But our goalkeeper that's played all the Premier League games is gone. What do you want me to do? Just say you can have it?
Yes, I do.
David Raya is a brilliant keeper, though.
2 top keepers, by the way. What a save that was!
Yeah. Just quickly, what do you make of the James Trafford situation?
You know what? I think he's a great keeper, and we've got him back for a cheap price as well. We sold him for 15 odd mil, bought him back for 30. I personally thought a lot of City fans are probably in the same boat. He was going to come in, almost play understudy, take some of Ederson's games away, but Ederson's gone now. Donnarumma's come up in the market again for cheap. So, yeah, I think he'll get minutes, he'll play, but ultimately he's a good goalkeeper and he's got some good competition there, hasn't he? So
26 million for Donnarumma, by the way. Yeah. Not bad at all. Right, let's go to the right back now. You disagreed on the keeper. I think there is agreement on the right back. Luke's just bracing himself, having a bit of his tea.
Surely.
Timber.
Yeah.
He's top. I mean, I always say like a lockdown 1v1 defender. I haven't seen someone 1v1 this good since Ashley Cole at Arsenal. He's that good 1v1.
Wow.
He's still only 24. And he's only 25 till next summer. He's a top player, I think, in terms of in possession, out of possession. Probably the only stuff up here, could his crosses be a bit better? Possibly, but overall as a fullback, he's top.
We're having this debate before the show started. Maybe Hakimi aside, where does he rank best right back in the world, do you think, Cams? He's got to be up there, isn't he?
That's a good question.
Never puts a foot wrong.
Yeah.
Hakimi is up there. There was somebody that I was talking about the other day, and I can't remember, the Champions League.
Trent and Reece James.
Hakimi, I think Hakimi is the best. But yeah, Timber, I think will be in the top 5, around the top 5, yeah.
And for you,
I mean, he's a great right back. And last time I came on here, I put Cousinov in there, and I think he might be coming. He's had a couple of good performances, but he's nowhere got the consistency of Timber. He's a great right back.
Koundé is good at Barcelona.
Koundé's really good. I think Timber's up there though. That defensive line Arsenal have got as a structure.
I also think the strength in depth Arsenal have in all defensive areas is going to be a massive
midweek against Bilbao. He was a joke.
He can play centre back as well.
Unbelievable. Okay, let's put him up.
Stick him up.
We go to the first centre back then.
I think there's an
agreement, I think, between William and Saliba, potentially. You're both nailed on for Saliba. Yeah. It's interesting because obviously I thought potentially a Ruben Diaz.
Yeah, I think Saliba, I mean, we're judging it off obviously a fully fit squad, but also maybe a bit of form comes into it. I think he was better than Diaz was last season. I think he's also better of the pair, him and Gabriel. I just like his attributes a little bit more. Don't know if anyone agrees with that, but I think you got Arsenal's defence is probably the best part of the team. I don't think anyone's doubting that, so I'm going to go Saliba.
Yeah. Let's ask the Arsenal fan. Saliba, Gabriel, how do they compare?
They just complement each other. I think they're on the same level. I think the thing with Saliba, we're watching Mosquera in the team recently, and Mosquera's been showing us stuff that Saliba actually doesn't do. It's different stuff, and there's some stuff that there's a level for Saliba to go to. That's the scary part. I think when he steps into midfield, can he be a bit more adventurous with his pass? I think sometimes because he's so naturally talented, he can coast through games a little bit and not sort of impose himself and maybe occasionally make a mistake. But this is a Rolls Royce. I
think we all agree he's a top-class centre-back. Where do you think he ranks in terms of the best Premier League centre-backs right now?
I think he's top 3. I think for me it goes Virgil,
Van Dijk 1,
number 1, and then those two, Gabriel and Saliba. I think that's where he is.
Okay, so let's get Saliba up, because I know we've got some disagreement in the next centre-back role. You mentioned Gabriel as being maybe the second best centre-back in the league.
Johnny Stones.
You've gone Johnny Stones.
I mean, he's a Rolls Royce. If we're talking a fully fit squad and you've got a fully fit John Stones, I think he's in the Premier League 11, to be honest. This guy is unbelievable. I think he'd go, if he was fit all the time, which again is something to throw out there, I think he's one of the best Premier League centre-backs ever. I think his injuries do hinder him a lot, but you think about that treble season, how good John Stones was. Outside of Rodri, he was probably our best player in the Champions League final. And I've got to go Johnny Stones. He's a Rolls Royce, mate.
Cams, what do you make of that? One of the best centre-backs ever in the Premier League.
I mean, I wouldn't say he's in the top 10. I don't think. Would he be in the top 10 all-time Premier League centre-backs? I'm not too sure. I don't
maybe
titles,
just. Maybe just. It's not a tap-in.
6 league
That's
titles.
Debatable. There's definitely a debate. If you're going all the way back to like the 90s and including like people like Adams, and you think about Sol Campbell, Rio Ferdinand, John Terry, Van Dijk, I'm listing them off. You know what I mean? So Vidic, Carvalho, you keep going on and on. I really, really like John Stones. One of my favourite players that plays for a rival. But yeah, I mean, in 2025, I wouldn't have him in.
Do you think he could be a 6 for England, like Tuchel said?
Well, I mean, from right back, when treble season and even at centre back, he does end up in the midfield sometimes, doesn't he? So, I mean, I'm not sure about that. We'll see anyway. But
Gabriel and Saliba, last time they conceded more than 2 goals together was December 2023. Their records, literally since then.
Unbelievable.
That is the record. They are just the consistency that they have is unbelievable.
At the same time,
John Stones is a fantastic player, but if you can't get on the we in my opinion, as in sort of football discourse, we should rate availability and being consistent way higher than we do.
Thankfully, this combined 11 has everyone available, mate. So we can put him right in there.
We're talking about what's been done.
He only made 11 Premier League appearances last season, John.
No league titles versus 6, though. Do you know what I mean? If you want to go and win a title with this team that we're putting on that whiteboard over there, you want a title-winning defender, and we've got 2 non-title-winning defenders there. So you need to get some experience in there, get some league titles. 6 here, ready to go.
I'm surprised that it's Saliba that is the unanimous decision. I think Gabriel, other than Van Dijk, is the best centre-half in the Premier League. So I'm surprised that it's Saliba.
So would you'd have those 2?
I would have these 2. This is Arsenal got the best defence in the league at the moment.
Yeah, I think as a partnership, you make a good point there, Gab. I think a lot of people would widely agree Van Dijk's probably the number 1, but as a partnership, a lot of people talk about the fact Saliba and Gabriel are probably the number 1 partnership.
Okay, left back.
Go to left back.
Here we go.
And Alex is aiming for a clean sweep.
Come on, Arsenal.
Back line. But
this is the City Player of the Year from last season. Unbelievable 2 seasons ago. You could go centre-back, but he's played more games for us at left-back. And this guy is unbelievable. Again, this is a Rolls-Royce defender. We signed him, obviously, a couple seasons ago, and he's been probably our best player since he came in.
So everyone fit, Aït-Nouri or Gvardiol, who'd you play? This
is the thing, right? So I want to see Stones and Diaz partnered in the centre-back. Some people want to see Gvardiol and Diaz. Some people want to see Stones and Gvardiol. If we have Gvardiol and Diaz, then this guy'd be centre-back, but I'd love to see him left-back as well. Aït-Nouri can play, but I want to see him there.
He's played most of his games at centre-back.
No, he's not. He's played lots at left-back.
Most recent games. Sorry, you're right. Most recent
games.
He's
played a handful of games this season at centre-back, but that's because we've got a new left-back who's now injured. Obviously, had O'Reilly at left-back, but last season, the season before, we played a lot of games at left-back, scored a lot of goals from left-back, and there's no way we can have 0 Premier League titles in a defence. That's going to
You've mentioned that a few times, and you've gone Calafiori over Lewis Skelly.
Yeah, I think so at the moment. He won our August Player of the Month. He's been absolutely fantastic this season. You know, he has the 3rd most shots in our team. It's crazy. I think I think last season, because of the injuries and also maybe the way he sort of presents himself a little bit, there's this sense that he's just, I don't think people realise how talented he is, basically, is what I'm trying to say. He is so, the spaces he can occupy up here, he's actually, I think he got a lot of potential, to go on the outside and cross a bit more. Mate, Calafiori as a talent, in terms of uniqueness and creating something and giving us something different from fullback, is top class.
3 goal involvements this season already, by the way, in 4 games.
If you asked, I mean, this guy has loads of goals and stuff. I think if you asked any Premier League fan who would you rather sign, Calafiori or Josko Gvardiol, I think it'd be unanimous on Gvardiol.
I think that's fair enough, but what was he?
90-something
million. He was
90 Where have you pulled that number from? Where have you pulled that number from?
He was up there. He was a big man.
He was less than Maguire,
for
sure.
Big money. It was big money.
It's a good debate. It's
not about
good one.
You're going to get your thoughts. He just said
he's your left centre back.
No, he's not. He can play left back, mate.
He can play left back, but he's played left back.
No. He's played more minutes at left back. We'll have him at left back.
This is a tough one for you, I can tell you're deliberating.
Do you know what? Because Calafiori has been really impressive this season, and Gvardiol in the last 2 seasons has been a very good player for Man City as well. I just think what Calafiori offers and what Gvardiol offers at their best, I'll probably go for Gvardiol. You know, I've seen it more. The goals that he was getting, there was one point where I thought he was like their top goal scorer at one point.
Yeah, he was banging goals in left, right and centre.
I've just got to edge of him, but I do like Calafiori.
Okay, so that is the defence sorted. We'll move on to the... I know, it's an attacking... There we go. They're coming on. It's a fluid team. We go to the DM, and I think there is total agreement on Rodri.
Were you tempted to try and pitch Zubimendi?
There was a part of me thinking, do I do it? But I can't do that. I will say Zubimendi's probably a lot closer than some people would think, in my opinion, but he's not on Rodri's level.
What are you shaking your head at?
These guys didn't...
Zubimendi, mate, honestly.
Robbie as well, all of these guys.
What are you unhappy about? Sorry, what are you unhappy about?
Zubimendi's nowhere near Rodri right now. That is
form. That's purely form. He's had a couple of good games.
I mean,
I describe Zubimendi as our Forrest Gump. Every time you look at, in the film where he's sort of involved...
Life is like a box of chocolate. Oh, no, okay. I didn't know where you were going there.
In like Watergate, and he's always like involved in the background somewhere. Zubimendi, if there's something good for us, he's usually the pre-assist, he's won the ball back, he's played the ball in or something.
Certainly not that song you've got for him, mate, about Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah. That was a Liverpool fan. Anyway, look, Rodri is the obvious pick, but Zubimendi is much closer, in my opinion.
Yeah, because when we had Robbie on pre-season, he had Zubimendi as player of the year.
Yeah.
Premier League player of the year.
The season.
Over Rodri.
Yeah,
over anyone.
And player of the year, player of the year.
No comment.
Tapping for you?
Yeah, you got to think about, we're saying fully fit. He's not fully fit now and he's still playing well. Played 60 in midweek, played against United. I think he's going to slowly get back. It'll take him probably 10 games to get back to the Ballon d'Or level, but if he gets there, it's the best player in the world.
Yeah,
so get him in there, do you know what I mean?
No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not the best player in the world.
Best player in the world there, Cam?
He's not the best player in the world.
He holds the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, until Monday. Monday.
That's fine. He's the best player in the world. Cheers.
Snuck that in the side door. Let's go to maybe the 8, I think we'll call this position.
Yes.
Declan Rice.
Has to be, even for you, you're going...
Yeah, I mean, you look at...
Reinders on the option.
Yeah, Reinders has come in. He's looked... I think his first game against Wolves was better than any of the other ones. He looked all right in the midweek in the Champions League, but ultimately, look at the performances Rice has put in like the Champions League, stuff like that, last few seasons. He's levelled Arsenal up since coming in from West Ham. And you look at their drop-off as well, as maybe partly to do with losing their best player. So, yeah, Rice has got to go in, hasn't he? Yeah.
I think sometimes when the one thing, and Gary Neville points this out and he's right, the one thing Rice maybe struggles with is taking the ball with back to goal and that sort of fluidity in the hips and stuff. If he could do that, everyone would see everything else he does way higher. And I think it's like an aesthetic bias thing with Rice, well, maybe because he's a bit more straight line, he's a bit more powerful, people don't rate him as highly as a technician. Watch him just on the ball. He's unbelievable. He's so good on the ball.
He's a tap-in in that area.
Yeah, I think Rodri and Rice are two...
You're right next to it now, huh?
I think the next position is quite interesting. This sort of attacking midfielder, I would say, or the more attacking of the 3 at least. There's another agreement.
Agreement with
Super Phil.
Okay.
People might be like, why aren't you picking Odegaard or whatever? Look, I think a fit and firing Phil Foden is one of the most talented players in England. Like, he really is, unfortunately. And I don't like to admit it, but he is. He's a top player.
That's 2 games, by the way.
Yeah, unbelievable in midweek. Got that assist for Haaland against United as well. Loves the derby. And I'm glad we haven't got a disagreement, because as a United fan over there, he would not be wanting to pick this guy. This guy's scary. He's honestly scary. And like everyone knows, last season wasn't his best season. He wasn't too good. He would say that himself, but the season before, and even the season before that, he's still young, mid-20s.
Do you think that's a really good point, actually? Because the season before last, he was PFA Player of the Season. Last season, by his own admission, obviously, it wasn't at the level of that season. Do you think, because of the 2 seasons, they've been so different, that a lot has been made of Phil Foden this season?
Exactly.
It feels like there's a lot of talk about Phil Foden every single time Man City play.
Such high expectations. You think about Salah winning the Player of the Year last season. If he had a decently sized drop-off now, everyone would be saying, where's Salah gone, etc. The whole team was pretty poor last season. We did well to finish third, but Foden is the man. He's going to step into that creative role. It's there. It's exactly there. That's where I'd want to see him playing for England, which is another debate. But
does he start for England for you? Everyone fit?
We got. I'd love to see him start for England. It depends on how well he does this season, but I'd love to see him start, and I think he deserves
a lot of competition for places.
Yeah,
there, isn't there?
I'd love to see him start for England.
Just quickly, one of the hardest things, when everyone's so compact in these areas, one of the hardest things is to take it in here and do something with it, and Phil Foden could do that consistently.
Let's get him up then.
Stick him on.
Agreement.
Sorry, Super Phil.
I think there's another agreement on the right.
Rob
presumably.
Yeah.
You both got on the right wing?
Yeah, come on.
Saka, yeah.
Although, just throwing, obviously, the start of the season, Madueke has gone crazy. Madueke's form, obviously, at Chelsea was maybe underrated, I think, now. You know, a lot of pundits are kind of talking about this explosion Arsenal, when he was still really solid for Chelsea as well. But he looks so comfortable on that right for Arsenal immediately.
If I'm just isolating the skill 1v1, Madueke is the best I've seen under Arteta. Even higher than Saka. Just one is in that skill 1v1, creating the angles and stuff and getting past people. He is elite. But Saka, in terms of the consistency, his all-round game, it's his decision-making. It's like he's seen the game before. It's like he knows exactly what he's about to do. And if you give him a little bit more space, people forget something like 60, 70% of our attacks came down the right-hand side. If now we have Eze, now we have a bit more space and players on the other side who can create a little bit more for him and give him a bit more room. His numbers last season, he was on for like Mbappe levels just before he got injured. He was on that level. And I think that would have been the season everyone went, oh, wow, with Saka. It didn't happen, and I hope it is this season.
Stick him up then?
Yeah.
Because on the left, we've actually got a disagreement.
We've got a debate. Good debate here. Cams, you might have to step in with this one. Eze and Doku.
Jeremy Doku, come on.
Tasty one. Luke, do you want to go first?
What a start to the season this guy's had. You just got to watch him in the Champions League on Thursday. What a goal. He's explosive. This is his season as well. Last season, him and Savinho on the wings weren't really putting out the numbers that you'd want from your wingers. But like I said, the whole team's output wasn't great. It's hard for these players like Foden, Doku to be getting the output you want when the whole team's kind of struggling. This guy this season, I think you'll look back at this clip come the end of the season and go, that's got to be Doku in the left wing. Do you know what I mean? Easy.
He wants that clipped.
He wants us to clip it up.
What do you think about Eze start to life in that left wing spot?
Yeah, he's been okay. I think it's been like 2 or 3 games or so.
Okay, he's crazy. Crazy to say okay. He's been okay. He's like 6 out of 10. He's been 9, 10 out of 10, mate.
No, Eze.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, it's got to be done then.
Yeah. Look, I think he's been okay, but I think he needs a bit of space and time to sort of get into the rhythm of things. I think with Eze, the reason I've gone with him, first, it is a bit of a heart decision. And I think the fact that he called Mikel Arteta and begged him to join Arsenal over Spurs, I think it tells you I can't leave him out of my team. But in terms of the decisive moments, the Crystal Palace, FA Cup winning goal, whatever it might be, the semi-final, etc., I think Eze is a player for the big games and in the big moments. And I think Doku is getting there, and Doku has some moments. But Eze, if I'm looking to any player at Arsenal, even probably alongside Saka, to win me a game, I'm looking at Eze, who can create moments out of nothing, have a shot from distance, wherever it might be, to get us.
You do a lot on your channel about, you look at positioning, tactics, formation, a lot. Where is the best role for Eze under this Mikel Arteta system?
So there's a clip this week that went round of Arsenal fans, just been Arsenal fans, complaining that Mikel was saying he was too wide, basically, and they were saying, oh, you're gonna waste them here. It just depends where the ball is. If the ball's back here, you need your winger wide to create the width. But once the ball's into the final third, he is drifting inside and the fullback's coming in. It's not as simple as he's a left winger, he's not. It depends where the ball is, and that's what the point Mikel was making in the press conference. It depends where he is, and I think once the ball's here, he can drift into these pockets. He can be the player. After a corner, for example, if the ball comes out, you saw him even against Arsenal, Crystal Palace last season. He whacked one in from about here. It just depends where he is, but he's the risk taker in our team.
Okay, we're gonna have to go to you, Cams.
That's a tough one. That is a tough one. I do think Eze is the better player.
Thank you.
Hold on. I do think Eze is the better player, but I am thinking about on the left wing. If I'm saying who is a left winger, you know what I mean? And that's Doku. And I'm liking the start of Doku. I really like Doku. And I think if Doku gets some end product, we are looking at a top player. Do you know what I mean? So I think, as I said, Eze is the better player, but I'll be thinking about Eze maybe in one of the 10 roles. You know what I mean? When he was playing with Palace and less defensive responsibility and he can be that magic man. I'm thinking of him on the left wing for Arsenal. And I just don't think he's a left winger. And I know he's going to be coming inside and stuff, but I just think if I want a winger who's going to take on a man, create something, I'm going to go. I think I think I'm going to go Doku.
Wow. Okay.
Got to go put it up there.
in there.
But Eze, I do think is the better player.
Striker next, Alex. Gyökeres, you've gone. Oh, no.
You know the funny thing, we were saying this earlier. Haaland's had his worst ever Premier League start and he scored 5 in 4.
I know.
That's ridiculous.
I think that's a great point, by the way, about Haaland. That people are comparing Erling Haaland whenever he goes 1 or 2 games without scoring to Erling Haaland. That's how good he is.
50 goals in 49 Champions League games.
And you're comparing him to his first season in the Premier League, where he scored like something like 11 goals in all competitions, 5 in 1 game for country.
I think you said it last time we were on.
Outrageous.
People have started to like weirdly underrate him.
100%.
Yeah.
He's become underrated.
Saw on Reed speaking about him. He's just a robot, isn't he? He just scored. You see I imagine other fans watching see the notification pop up goal Haaland. He's done it again.
It's his movement.
He's done
it's
it
his
again.
movement. Like he's finishing. He does miss a couple of chances, but his movement, he's always in the right spot.
He's disappointed with 1 goal though. Sometimes he wants 2 or 3, and that's why he is. The way he prides himself at scoring more than a goal a game is why he's got that. He's got more than a goal a game in the Champions League after 50 goals.
13 games quicker than
media. I don't think the media speak about him enough. Like you saw Harry Kane scored against Chelsea the other day, and the whole discussion was, is this one of the greatest forwards ever? He's the greatest English forward. I'm like, look what Erling Haaland's doing.
He doesn't have enough
every single week, and everyone just goes on as if it's just not happening. It's
scored
mad.
52 in 52 in his first season, won the treble, didn't win the Ballon d'Or, which is just outrageous, but he's going to try and do it again this season. So,
do you think he can win the Ballon d'Or this season, just quickly?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Enjoyed that. There we have it. There is confirmation of Alex and Luke's combined 11, Arsenal, Man City. Let us know what you think about that. They're still debating it now.
If it was the second 11, Arsenal would be stacking the rest.
There are more City players than Arsenal players in that. Let us know what you think of that at home. Okay. And breathe.